Well, obviously, I'm a huge Oklahoma fan, big fan. I watch your OU show all the time, and I
Nice.
follow them probably about as close as any team. Anybody could follow a team. I'm constantly, on there. But my one kind of couple gripes is I know kind of your parameters on how you were ranking the teams, but how Notre Dame and Texas A&M were ranked above us. I mean, I know it's kind of program based, but if you just go back and look in the last 15 years, there's really not a team or a program that's had the stability and the, win as much games as Oklahoma does. But just, this year, I mean, coming from where Brent Venables picked up the program, and I think he's already made it better. But I just don't see how you could put Texas A&M for sure. They haven't won a conference championship in 20-something years. And, I mean, they lost 4 or 5 games this year. And so I could almost live with Notre Dame over Texas A&M, but I was just kind of curious on how you came up with that.
Sure. Well, I understand your concern and the criticism. Just understand that it doesn't matter in these rankings what happened 20 years ago. And if Texas A&M had never won a conference championship in its history, and they had finished the last 4 seasons making the playoff and coming within a whisker of winning a national championship, then they might be the number 2 program in the country. So what happened 20 years ago? Now, somebody could argue, well, Mark, you included records that go back 5 years. Well, I'm trying to give some kind of basis to a trend line or what the program has done recently that could be relevant. Again, it depends on the program. Some of these programs have gone through 3 coaches during those 5 years, and they're a much different program, and it's a guessing game as to how they're going to progress with a new coach this season, or maybe they had a first-year head coach this past season, while other programs are stable and sturdy, and you know exactly what they are. So Texas A&M is significantly. I'm trying to take all this into consideration, all these factors into consideration. Okay. What is most important in this is what happened on the field this past year, and how does that project to next season and let's say the next season. So Oklahoma was probably a better football team than Texas A&M this past season. Probably not by much.
Yeah.
But they had a better record, but they play in an easier conference. But Texas A&M is crushing it on the recruiting path. They have a proven head coach. I have little doubt that Brent Venables is going to be a tremendous head coach, but he's not one right now. So they took a bit of a slight on that. And also understand that there's not necessarily the same separation between all these slots. There could be a drop off between 15 and 16, but 21 through 32 could be razor thin.
I completely understand, and that was my only thing. And like I said, I'm a diehard OU fan, and but at the same time, I'm very practical in the way I look at my team, and and my only thing with A&M is that I just think they still have a lot to prove. He has recruited. Jimbo's done a heck of a job out there recruiting. However he did it, whatever it may be. But all in all, I think that program still has a lot to, and I heard you say it earlier, they still have, to get their butt in gear because this year right here, if they can't make a jump, I mean, with all the way they recruited and, all the talk coming out of there, and I just, in my opinion, I think over the next few years, Oklahoma will be a better program and is a better program.
Yeah, well, that has been the case over the past, like you say, the past 15 years. And it's going to be even easier to measure here as soon as Oklahoma and Texas join the SEC, start playing.
Absolutely. I'm ready for that. Well, All right, Mark. Well, I sure appreciate you. Like I said, I'm a huge fan. I watch yours and Jason Ray show every Wednesday, and
Nice.
I'm rooting for you, man. Have a good one.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a good night.